What's up, everybody? Legacy Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA, week 3, technique number 3 for all the students and all the fans out there. Stay tuned for our technique every week, and this week we'll continue with the half guard. Technique number 3. So we've been working half guard all month, and we'll continue to do this episode and the next episode from the half guard. The half guard can be a really tricky spot for some people, and there's two areas where I believe that are the toughest places to get out from the half guard and to do anything from. So today I'd like to go over 2 sweeps that work very well for me, and also hopefully they will work well for you guys. Okay, the first situation is when the guy is smashed all the way on top of me. Now here is probably the most uncomfortable place to be in the half guard because the guy's got shoulder pressure and I'm not able to do very much because his chest is on my chest and I'm trapped. Okay, but there's one sweep that I like to do from here that works very well, and I want to relate that to you guys. Okay, so if I do nothing, the guy is going to push this leg on top of my thigh, push down, smash, and pass. Now, what I want to do, as the guy is going to do this pass, go ahead. As he starts to push down, my hand on the side here is going to tuck his elbow in deep. My hand on the opposite side is going to come on his hip. Now the next part is very important. I'm going to plant my leg on the opposite side, plant my leg, and I'm going to snake my body to the side where my hand is on his hip, roll him over, and now I'm in the half guard on top. So now let's go over the key points to making the sweep happen and which leg and which arm to use for each situation. So the first key point, I want to make sure I have his leg trapped. So my leg needs to be over his leg. Otherwise, I just swing his leg up. Now as the guy starts to put his leg up to start to bring his hip up, my arm on this side is the first key point. My elbow is going to go tight to my hip, pulling his elbow in. My other hand, which is the next key point, needs to go to his hip. And what I want to do is I want to straighten my hand on his hip so I give myself a little bit of leverage. Now, my opposite leg, key point number 3, I plant and I turn my hip to the same side where my hand's on his hip. Once my hip is turned, all I need to do is roll. Go. So sometimes when I'm going for these sweeps from the half guard when the guy's smashing, guys like to change their base because they feel the sweep coming, so they put their arm over and start to pass at a different angle. Now for the different angle, I have a sweep that works very, very well, and I also want to share this one with you guys as well. So the guy changes his base. Now the first thing is I don't want to have my triangle over there anymore. My triangle over here is not going to do me any good because now he's just be able to push my knee down and slide his knee across and go forward. So what I want to do, as soon as I feel him change to that base, I switch my triangle. My triangle becomes the other leg. So now, if he wants to mount me, he needs to put this arm and push my knee down. So as he puts his arm up, my hand here is going to go inside and hook his forearm. Or say he has a gi on, I can grab the gi as well. Now the next step is the most important. My leg that's trapped underneath my knee, I'm going to plant, pull his arm, and scissor my body. And now I come up, maybe I can go to the side mount or take his back. So now let's go over the key points to making this happen. So as the guy changes his base, my first key point is I need to switch my triangle. My triangle here is not going to do me any good. Right away as he turns, I switch my triangle so now that my knee is a little bit more high. That's the first key point. The second key point, as soon as his hand comes to push my knee, my hand on the outside goes in and grabs his forearm or grabs the gi. That's the second key point. Now the third key point, my leg that's underneath my foot, I need to bring that out, plant it so I can use to push off. And the last key point, I pull this arm to the mat and scissor my body. Now I come up, and now I'm on his back. So this has been Legacy with Legacy Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu and MMA in Costa Mesa, California. The phone number here is 714-574-2842. The website is www.legacybjjmma.com. Feel free to stop in for some training or call if you have any questions. And stay tuned for your next technique of the week.